Hello and welcome to Interactive Distractions, episode number 565. My name is Christopher Riccio, and I am here with Geoff Chorney.
What up, everyone?
And today, after we do our little introduction and see how things are going, we got some distractions, a little bit of news, and we're going to do some new releases for you. But yeah, Geoff, another week, man. How are things going? What's up with you?
Things are going well. I went and checked out the Mandalorian and Grogu
Nice. I have not
movie
gotten to see it yet. What did you
yesterday.
think?
Yeah, the Grogu and Friend movie.
Grogu and Friend.
Grogu and Friend. I really liked it. I thought it was really good.
Yeah.
It's nothing like crazy or like it doesn't do anything new or anything, and it did feel like a really long episode of Mandalorian, which to me isn't a bad thing. I don't think it was a very nice, like, self-contained story of like an adventure they go on, kind of thing, like a bounty, so to speak. And yeah, it was good. I liked it. It was a lot of good action, a lot of funny parts. Yeah, I don't know. It was good. Not
good.
really much
Okay.
to complain about. I don't think it's not going to rank up there with like the best Star Wars movies of all time, but as something like a side thing, I thought that was all right. They could have done a lot worse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it like does it push the overall story of Din and Grogu
I wouldn't
forward?
say so. No,
It just
it's
kind of
very contained. It's very
like it's kind of
self-contained.
episodic.
Yeah, like I don't even think like I didn't watch season 3. I watched the first 2 episodes of season 3, and then I was kind of like, I don't know if I'm feeling this, so I didn't even watch it. And I don't even think it makes. I wouldn't know, which is actually maybe a good thing if you haven't watched the entire series, because if there was any like references to season 3, I wouldn't have known what it was. So
Interesting. Okay, because there is a lot of big stuff that happens, especially at the end of season 3.
Oh,
So,
really?
Yeah.
So I wouldn't know, and I seemed like it just picked up right where I guess it, like, there is something that, like, at the beginning of it, I guess they could be referencing the end of season 3, but I don't know for sure. But it's not like a big deal. It's just, I guess, where he stands in the, I guess, his like social standing and like all of the within the what's called the New Republic. So I don't know. But other than that, yeah, I couldn't tell you if anything was referenced to season 3.
Gotcha.
Or even season, like, it's just like they're together, the two of them, and yeah, they take on a bounty that leads into some other stuff, and then it's just them doing that. It's nothing like saving the galaxy, or like if they don't do this one thing, it's gonna be it. You know what it reminded me of? Have you ever seen what was that Marvel movie with all like it was kind of like their version of Suicide Squad, but they're not like totally like evil villains. It came out a couple years ago. Oh my god, it's gonna bug me. It has the guy from like Stranger Things in it. He's like the Russian guy, and then there's the Black Widow's like sister or whatever, her character, Taskmaster. She's in it. I keep wanting to say like the Replacements, but it's not the Replacements.
Let me see.
Anyway, my point I'm getting at it while you're looking it up is like that seemed like a contained story within the Marvel universe. Like it wasn't like this big overarching like event, or like this antagonist is gonna like, like, it's just very self-contained. That's what this felt like. Like it was
Gotcha.
just at a beginning and had it as like an end, and that's
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
this
actually
is gonna bug me though. I got to figure out the name of this movie.
Yeah, I was trying to look it up and I don't see it.
I know there's people probably screaming like, Geoff, you fucking son of a bitch. Especially Sniper Maverick, if he's listening, he's definitely yelling into to this right now for sure.
How could you forget that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see anything that stands out. So anyway, yeah, I actually hope to. No, I wasn't even thinking about it, but now I kind of hope to see it tomorrow, because we've got tomorrow's Memorial Day here, so
oh yeah, that's right. You guys have
so
off.
we've well, I had tomorrow off anyway.
Well, you have it off anyway.
Yeah. Schools are out. We just finished up
Thunderbolts. That's the movie.
Thunderbolts. I don't even remember that one.
It's good.
Thunderbolts 2025 film.
So last
Interesting. Okay, I'll have to check it out. Cool. What else is up?
That's pretty much it. They started the concerts at the Rogers Arena or whatever, Rogers
Okay.
Center. No, not Rogers Center. I always get them all mixed up. There's two different Rogers. Whatever. The one that's behind us. So Bruno Mars is playing tonight. So I'm
Oh,
hearing
that's
music
cool.
right now.
Okay.
He's here 4 nights. So that should be fun. I'm not saying that sarcastically. We kind of like the live music in the background. So it's kind of cool.
Good.
But
Cool.
yeah, that's pretty much it. What
Good
about
stuff,
you?
man. Let's see what's going on this week. Not a lot. The biggest thing is we just had Momocon. So Momocon is a
Mm-hmm.
big like nerd convention. It's kind of everything, gaming, anime, that sort of thing. And it's a 4-day thing. It's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's every Memorial Day weekend. But it does not take place on Monday. They stop it on Sunday evenings. One of the big things at MomoCon that seems to be part of the draw is the Walk of Fame. So they always get actors and voice actors from different anime and different games and stuff like that to come in and hang out and sign autographs and that sort of thing. And this year, the big thing was just about the entire Critical Role cast was there.
Oh, nice.
So I think the only person that wasn't there was Laura Bailey. But like all of the not like everybody from the like not everyone from the cast of campaign 4, because there's like 20 people.
Mm-hmm.
But the original like 7 of them or however many, I can't remember off the top of my head how many there are, but they were all there, minus Laura Bailey, and she was supposed to be there and she just had to bail for something. They did it.
Bailey bailed.
I see what you did there. We
Shut up, Geoff.
the first the first time that my wife and I went to MomoCon together, Critical Role was there then too. That was like 8 years ago. So it was pretty early on in there in like they were still in campaign 1, and she had a Critical Role shirt and she got it signed by everybody. So now they came back and it was a much different situation. They basically sold reservation spots to get in line for the autographs. And it was still an all-day affair. So Crystal today got signatures from 4 of them, and she was essentially in line from 10 a.m. until about 4 p.m. So it was a lot. It was a lot. But she got Matt Mercer. She got um shoot, why can't I remember her name? Matt's girlfriend, or wife now, I think. It's gonna drive me crazy. Hold on. Marisha. That's Marisha. And then Ashley, and then also Taliesin. And at one point she was in line to get Ashley's autograph, and she basically had to leave, and the appointment time was 12. At like 1:45 they said, oh, she's got to go and she'll be back at 2:30. So at her 12 o'clock appointment, she's still in line at 2:30.
Oh my
And
God.
at that point she's like, I think we need to divide and conquer this, and she calls me over, and they have QR codes for you to actually go up to the front, and they scan your QR code so that they know that you're supposed to be in line.
Yeah.
And so I got Crystal's QR code for Ashley, and I went and got the autographs from Ashley, and then she went to Taliesin and got Talison's autographs. But yeah, it was pretty cool meeting Ashley. Like, I only talked to her for a little bit, but I found of the Critical Role cast, she's probably the one person I would be most interested in meeting. So that's why Crystal's like, why don't you do Ashley? But Crystal wanted one of her campaign characters as like the to get signed. But I found a really nice print that they had of Ellie hiding behind a tree with like a machete. I can't remember. I think it was a machete in her hand, and a bunch of infected
Oh, you're
that were
talking about
behind her.
Ashley. What's her name?
Ashley Williams. No,
Oh,
Ashley
Ashley
Johnson. Sorry, Ashley
Ashley
Johnson. Ashley
Johnson.
Johnson.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. From
Yeah.
like Growing Pains and shit. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Hell
yeah,
yeah.
so and Ellie, and she's a part of Critical Role, and she was in what was the name of that show she was in? Blind Spot. It was like a crime drama.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I went out and I got those two things signed. I got to talk to her for a minute, and it was kind of cool. Like she seemed down to earth to answer the questions that I had. And then kind of wrapped it up. I got signatures for some other folks as well, like my son and my neighbor's daughter both wanted a signature from one of the big voice actors from Murder Drones. I don't know if you've heard of Murder Drones.
No.
It's a Gen Alpha show at this point. There's a lot of shows that I just can't keep up with that my kids are watching right now. But I got hers. And the other thing was, I don't know if I've been talking to you guys about how like the family has been watching different anime while we're having dinner and stuff like that, and we were talking about Spy Family a little bit. And we just started watching Free Ren, and I don't know if you've heard of Free Ren or not. It's called Free Ren. Free Ren After the Adventure or something like that. But essentially it's about an elven mage that was a part of this adventuring group that went out and killed the demon lord, and it actually takes place after they get back from that adventure. So they're all labeled heroes and all this other stuff, and Free Ren is of course an elf, and it's two humans and a dwarf. So it's about how Free Ren essentially deals with
Being famous,
loss.
basically.
It,
Or a
well,
lot. Okay.
yeah. So because like she's gonna live for God knows how long, right? She's already lived for 1,000 years or whatever, and these two humans that were on this adventure for her for like 10 years, they're gonna die in for what she understands is like a fraction of her lifetime,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of her coping with the understanding that just because it's not a lot of time to me doesn't mean it's not a lot of time. And that's
Mm-hmm.
a lot of that theme comes in. But it's a really, really good show. Two of the characters in that show, who are humans, are Stark and Fern. Fern is another mage that is like her apprentice, and then Stark is like a warrior who is actually the apprentice of the dwarf that was a part of the party. Well, the two of them were also at Momocon, so little kind of bringing it back in. It was I ended up going after we got the Critical Role group. I was leaving, and both of their tables were empty, like no one
Mm-hmm.
was there. I'm like, oh, well, I'm gonna go get theirs too, just because, right? And I got to have some cool conversations with them too. And the big thing I want to know when I'm in, about people like that is like, when people are coming up to you and they're showing so much passion for something that you create, like, does that energize you? Is that something that you draw from? And the general consensus seems yes. And in reality, one of the things that was big on my mind was for Ashley, because she's played, you know, video game characters like live action acting. Do you feel? I asked her if she feels as connected with those characters as she does the ones that she creates for the Critical Role campaigns, because those are her characters, right? These are the
Yeah.
characters that she created.
She's not
And
following
she said
like a script or
exactly. And
character.
what she
Yeah.
said to me was pretty impressive. She's like, actually, yeah, I feel like I identify with Ellie more than any of them. So it was kind of cool to hear that too. So overall, it was a really good trip. We went 3 of the 4 days. It was the kids did much better than previous years. I got to play the Phantasy Star tabletop RPG, so that
Yeah.
was
I
a lot of
saw
fun.
your posts in the
Um,
Discord.
yeah, it's very, it's essentially the same as D&D. It's just with
Just
Fantasy
science
Star
fiction.
themed. Yeah,
Yeah.
and science fiction, yeah. But we did a little adventure with that. There were 5 of us in the group at the table. It was about 4 hours long. Got into some battles. I played a force. I was like, I'll play the magic user. I don't mind. I like that shit. But yeah, it was a lot of fun to be kind of consumed in that world. And like instead of saying, oh, I drink a potion, it's like, oh, I use a monomate. It's
Yeah,
like,
monomate. Yeah, yeah,
um,
yeah.
but yeah, it was a good time. I really like Momocon a lot. So from my perspective, it's like Dragon Con is obviously the biggest con here in Atlanta, but I feel like Momocon is not catching up, but it's working on making itself like the second largest con in Atlanta on a yearly basis. So I feel like Momocon is bigger than AWA now, and AWA is Anime Week in Atlanta. It's the big one. That's how Crystal and I met, is at Anime
Yeah.
Week in Atlanta, and I feel like
Gotcha.
Momocon is bigger.
Huh.
But
That's cool.
yeah, but it was a lot of fun. So and we just got back today. I'm pretty exhausted. Uh, I'm 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 much older now, so everything fucking hurts.
Yep. Oh yeah. Oh
Walking
dude.
around
Yep.
all
For
day,
sure. That's a
3 days.
lot, man. 3 days. That's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's tiring.
Um,
I'm surprised you're able to
but yeah,
record tonight because then you just get home
no,
today.
it's yeah. It was
Or you came.
we got home around 5:30 ish, and it's 8:30 now about. So
No. Okay. Yeah.
yeah, it's all good. It's
Gotcha.
all good.
All right.
But yeah, let's talk some games, man. What do you got this week?
Word. Not a lot, man. I'm just playing a lot of Forza Horizon 6. Sticking to that. I'm almost got all the races to get to your legendary wristband, which in previous Forza Horizon games is pretty much like saying you finished the campaign, I guess. There's still a lot of other content you can like clean up and do, and they started their seasonal events recently, so I think they're started with spring, which makes sense. So it's just kind of like you build up like a you do races to get points to unlock other stuff. It's not like a charge for thing. It's not like you buy like a battle pass or like a race pass or anything like that. It's just something they do in these games to kind of keep the player engaged, I guess. I usually don't really pay too much attention to that stuff. I'll dabble in it, but I don't try to like get all the things in it at all. So
Gotcha.
um,
What
once I'm
kind of
done with like the
races are
campaign,
there? Like, I know we talked
in
last time
general,
about like, yeah, we talked last time
oh
about there
man,
being, trying to
rally.
remember. We talked about rally a little bit,
Yeah,
right?
there's
So I'm
rally.
assuming,
There's
and
like closed circuit street racing, which is like in the street of like Tokyo, whatever. But they're like you do laps. There's street racing where there isn't a lap. There's a beginning and an end.
yeah,
There's
okay.
cross country, which could be like some on road, some on dirt, some like through like foresty areas. There's drag racing. What am I missing here? There's like just one-on-one racing. There's drift races.
Oh, okay.
There's no like indie car racing or anything like that. Like none of the tracks are actual real world tracks. So you're not going to be like on Nürburgring
Oh,
or anything like that because it's all based on the streets and paths that they
oh, okay.
have on the
Gotcha.
map. Yeah, so there's no like official tracks or anything like that. But there's a bunch of different kinds of races.
Nice.
Um, yeah, that's why I like it. You can change it up so easily. So it's like, yeah, you do a couple rally races and be like, oh, I want to do some street races, but I want to use like level B car, like B class cars. So they're slower, but you can drift like easier in them and they're fun to take corners. And then after that, you're like, I want to do like one in like supercars. I want to get in my Lamborghini and do like a cross country type race that's like 10 kilometers long, but like through all these winding roads and shit. So yeah, that's once I kind of do all of those, it's that's kind of when I call it quits when I'm done the last rush event, which is like the last spectacle event. That's usually when I consider myself beating the game, and
Mhm.
then I just kind of play it sporadically until I just end up stop playing it until like the DLC comes out or whatever. So I'm kind of
Is there
getting
like
up to that point.
track creation and stuff like that?
There is, yeah. I've never done it, but you can make your own like race types and tracks and like you can do your own like courses like plot like where it starts finishes and stuff like that and you can upload them, people can download them and
Nice.
do them so
Okay.
that you can actually build tracks now, I think, because they added like you can buy property in this one, which you could I think in the others where it basically just it's your loading point. Basically when you load in the game, that's where you're going to start on the map. um and you can show off, you can pick like four of your favorite cars and they'll be like in like a showroom or they'll be like in like the parking lot type thing. But now you can actually build a bunch of shit in that vicinity, so you can actually make a track like there or like a stunt course or something like that. There's stunt courses in this one too. Um, so things like that. I don't bother. with that kind of stuff because I have no creativity. But I did download someone else's
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask next.
garage, yeah, which is kind of cool. It's got like arcade machines, so you can't do anything with the arcade machines, but like arcade machines, like a cool looking garage with like a big screen TV, like couches, and I got like 4 of my favorite cars I have laid out in there. It's pretty cool. It's just literally just like set dressing. For like when you load into the game, it's like it's kind of cool. You can walk around the cars if you want to, and do the whole Forza Vista thing where all the doors and like everything opens, like the hood and everything, and you can go in and look at all the details and stuff. And they're all like super high detailed models, which is
Nice.
cool. You do that for a couple cars you like, and you're like, all right, cool. Now back to racing.
And I'm done.
Yeah, pretty much. It's pretty much that's the gist of it there. Um, I've still been kicking it with Saros too.
Oh, okay.
I'm still on that same fucking level, and I'm getting to like I can now get to the boss pretty consistently. But if I don't have my second chance, which is like you resurrect, with like I think my guy now resurrects with like just under 50% health when it happens, then you kind of get like another shot without having
Mm,
to start the run again.
yeah.
um, I just kept getting to the boss, and I was like getting so close to beating him. And if I just had that second chance, I would beat this motherfucker. And then this morning, I gave it another shot, and I actually had my second chance going into the boss fight. I'm like, oh, I got this because now like I got him so like his patterns down, like this should be easy. And the cockiness got to me, man. And I just started being cocky, and I started taking damage where I normally don't take damage,
Yeah.
and had to use my second chance on his the beginning of his second health bar. And I was so mad. And then, of course, I got him down to like a quarter health. And their third health bar it always goes down much quicker than the first two. Like that's where you do like a lot of damage, but their damage output kind of it doesn't really get ramped up, but the frequency of
Yeah.
their projectiles goes up, and I just fucking panicked. I just didn't know what I just froze, and I took all the balls to the face, Chris. Took so many balls to the face. Like
Too many balls to the face.
too many balls to the face. And I was so mad. Like I was on the verge of being like, fuck this game. I'm taking it and trading it in right now. Well, it probably has its highest trade-in value, and I'm putting it towards 007 like this week. Because 007 wasn't really on my map really, but after seeing some previews, I'm like, this looks like it could be fire. This looks like it could be a really
Yeah.
good game.
Okay.
And I want to kind of stop spending like money on stuff and get because dude, I don't know if this happened. It probably doesn't happen to you because you collect a lot of games and you don't really um replay too many, but just having the more my collection grows, the more fucking anxiety I get over stuff I'm not playing. And I feel like I need to shrink that down because it just gets rid of some of my options, and it gets rid of some of that choice paralysis and like whatever. So I'm like trying to like go through my games and be like, hey, I'm never going to play this again. Let's just get rid of it. Because
Mm.
most of the games I buy are ones I'm like, oh, I'll probably play this again one day. But on the other end, it's one of those things where if I trade it in or sell it, fucking 6 months from now, I'm like, what happened to that game? I really want to play it right now, and I'm not going to have it. So
My
it's
honestly, what gets me is oh, I can sell this game, and then you know,
you don't.
10 years from now, it's gonna be worth hundreds of dollars. So
Yeah,
that's what
but
gets me.
and I could do that, and then I'm always like, but I don't want to sell it because now I'm like, if it might go up in value, but at the same time, I'm like, I think it's cooler just to say I have this.
Yeah.
Did I tell you? I don't know if I told this story online since it happened. No, I definitely didn't. Okay, remember how I've definitely told this part of the story on the show a bunch of times. How I used to own a copy of Panzer Dragoon Saga for Saturn,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
and I ended up giving it to a buddy of mine who didn't even want it because I sold him my Saturn because I wanted to buy a PlayStation because Saturn was
Okay.
basically like dead, and he didn't want it. And I'm like, we'll just take it anyway. And
Oh
then
my.
we just didn't talk to each other like forever. And then of
Yeah.
course that game is like the holy grail of the Saturn collection. It's like
It is.
insane.
Yeah.
And I was always joke about like how I should just like hit him up on Facebook or something, be like, "Hey, do you still have my Saturn collection? Like whatever. What are you doing with it? Hey, you want to sell it for? I'll give you a decent whatever for it." Anyway, so a few months ago, well, last December, one of my childhood friends passed away
Oh
just
wow.
before Christmas, and me and him totally stopped talking to each other. It was um, crazy situations, whatever. But we didn't talk to each other for like years, basically. But I figured, okay, I'm gonna go to his funeral. Went with some of my other friends from back in those days to show up, and he actually showed up. The guy I gave Panzer
Oh,
Dragoon,
really? Okay.
and we were just kind of shooting this shit. And I was like, "Hey, do you still have those Saturn games and everything? Remember, he's like, oh yeah, man, I didn't get rid of any of that stuff. He's like, I'm a hoarder. I collect all that shit. You see, like my Lego collection and like my action figure collection, whatever." And he's like, "Yeah, if I anything like my girl right now, like one thing she like she's always bugging me, like all these toys I have. I'm like, I ain't getting rid of this shit, whatever." And I was just kind of like testing out the feelers and being like, I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, Panzer Dragoon, yeah, that's a good one, eh?" And he's like, "Yeah, I still have all that stuff." And I was like waiting for him just to something where I could be like,
Give it back.
so yeah, yeah.
I want it back. Give it back.
I was like, whatever. I'm like, yeah, not a big deal. It's not what we're here for.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
but yeah, so
That game's an anomaly, man. That game is worth a lot. It's worth a lot.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I just thought, yeah, I should update people on that. People that have been listening for a long time, they know that story
Yeah.
well. That I basically gave somebody $2,000 for free, not knowing at the time,
If it
obviously.
makes you feel better, someone sold me, and I don't know if I've told this on the show. I think I have, but
Mm,
like long time ago before we took our break. Um, so when I got my Turbo Duo,
mhm.
I had someone come in and I literally asked the guy, "How much do you want for it?" And he said $20, and that's how much I got Rondo of Blood for
Wow.
Turbo. He had an original copy with even with the spine, like the piece, like the spine cover. He even had the spine cover in the case. Um, and I asked him how much he wanted for it, and he said $20. And
Did you
I'm
know
like,
at the time how much it was
I
worth, or
did
no?
not. No, I did
Okay.
not know. I was like, yeah, I'll give you $20 for it, sure. And
Yeah.
I, gave him $20, and next thing I know, a year later, I'm finding out that it's worth $200-300, and I'm like, oh
Hmm.
shit. I didn't mean to rip that guy off. That was not my intention. But,
Yeah. No,
yeah.
that's the thing. Like if I had give it, I would feel bad if I knew how much something was worth, and they're like, "Oh, I just want like $20 for it." I wouldn't. I would say, "Listen, I know you're asking for $20. It's worth way more. How about I give you like?" I would definitely increase the offer. If I
Mhm.
knew anyway, like I'd be like, "Okay, it's worth like 150. You wanted $20 for it. How about I give you 50?" That type of deal. Like, hey, you're getting more than 200% than you asked
Yeah.
for.
You know what surprises me, though? It's like Rondo of Blood has been remade. Like, I get, like, Panzer Dragoon Saga, I get it, right?
Yeah,
The
because
game's
there are.
never been
It's
remade. It
probably
won't
never
ever
will.
be remade. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that game, it's going for over 1,000, and I get it.
Yeah.
Um, but, like, Rondo of Blood, it's out, like, on a lot of other ways to play it, and the Turbo Duo, or I mean, I guess I should say PC Engine CD version of it, is
Hmm.
still going up. Like, I think, like, right now, I just looked it up just out of curiosity. Right now, it's $350, and
Hmm.
I don't understand that because, you can get it other
What
ways.
can you
You can get
else can you get it on? Well, I mean, it comes with the PSP, that remake of,
Yeah, so PSP has,
but it's
the
like you have to
Dracula X
unlock
Chronicles.
it. Yeah.
You can get it with, Castlevania Requiem, which is Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood.
Okay. I don't
So
think I
those are
have
the
that.
2 big ways. But, Requiem, I don't remember what platforms Requiem is on. I don't think it's on Steam,
I think it's on like
to be honest.
PS3, 360. Is it that generation when that came out? Or was it
Uh,
PS4, Xbox One
Requiem is
generation?
PS4. Yeah,
Was it
Requiem is PS4.
PS4?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. And then, Dracula X Chronicles was, PSP. And
Yeah,
that
yeah.
had
I
both
had
of the
that. I
original
didn't.
games on that.
Yeah. But you have to unlock them though, so that was annoying. So I remember
Yeah,
being like,
yeah.
"That's yeah." I should probably get Requiem then, because the only way I have it is I have it on that Abernic device, and I think I have it
Oh, yeah,
on
yeah, yeah.
my hacked Vita. But I want it somewhere where it's like I don't have to play on a portable. So I should probably do that
Yeah,
if it's still
Castlevania
on
Requiem
sale.
is like $20 or something like that.
Yeah.
Let me see. Uh,
Does the Requiem, does it actually have the cutscenes and everything from
yes.
Symphony of the
Yeah.
Night? Okay,
Mhm.
because you
Oh,
know the
but it's
Xbox Live version doesn't have them?
really?
I'm pretty well. So
Oh,
remember how
yeah, that no, but that was because of their like, the
their
original
limit.
Xbox yeah, their
Yeah.
limit, because they had, like, what is it, 35 megs originally or
Something
something like that?
originally, yeah.
Yeah.
They raised it for this game, and then they raised it again for Street Fighter HD. And
Mhm.
I remember for this one because when I beat Symphony of the Night last year, not the upside down part of the castle, but the initial part, there was no cutscene at the end. And I remember like I'm like, there's definitely a cutscene at the end of this. Like I've seen it online at some point. There should be some type of like a cutscene of the the castle flipping upside down, right?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
there
that doesn't
is.
happen in the Xbox Live version. You
Yeah.
literally just start it's just upside down, and, like, if you didn't know, I'm like, "What the fuck's happening?" So I was like, "Son of a bitch."
So the one thing I will say though is that, if you get Requiem, just realize that it's the PSP version of Symphony of the Night. So they redid the voices, they redid
Oh,
Maria.
really? Well,
Um,
I wouldn't be getting it for that. It'd be for Rondo of Blood, basically.
yeah, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Um, well, actually, let me think about that for a second. The original PlayStation version of Symphony of the Night, you could
Mhm.
not play as Maria, if I remember correctly.
No, wasn't it
That
the
didn't
Saturn version was the
the
first one that
Saturn
had her?
version lets you play as Maria, but Maria used martial arts rather than what she does in Rondo and Blood, where she uses like the animal magic.
Hmm.
So, but the in Requiem Symphony of the Night, you can play as Maria, and she's got her same abilities as she does in Rondo Blood. So,
Mm.
but it's obviously older uh, Maria.
Yeah, gotcha. I'll look into that. What else? I've been playing other stuff because as much as I love Forza, I always need a and game with it. Like it's like
Yeah, I
or
get that.
Forza usually is my and game. It's and I haven't been able to focus in on like I usually need a single player game with like a story to go with it. And I've been bouncing, of course, like I always do. I kind of fell off Mafia for the moment, but now I'm back in Cyberpunk because I never
Oh
played
gosh, okay.
Phantom Liberty, but I can't just
Yeah,
go right
yeah.
into Phantom Liberty. I'm like, well, I want to get to as much done in the main story again, so I've been playing that again. And some oh, you know what I did came out the current gen version of Darksiders.
Oh
Um,
yeah, the
War
War
Mastered
Master
Edition.
Edition. Okay,
Yeah, because they did that with the definitive edition last year,
and that was
which
for two.
that was for 2, and they added in, like, ray tracing and some other stuff. Like, it's I think those versions still ran at, like, as far as I know, like, 4K 60, or maybe they weren't 4K on those machines, but
Remind me, I
maybe.
have some comments about ray tracing later.
Gotcha.
Remind me when I'm
Probably for
talking about my
Control, I'm
games.
assuming.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's one of the first games I played with the ray tracing. So I on PlayStation, so they came out with definitive. They were free upgrades for both of them. So when it came out, when they put out the tweet, "Hey, it's available now," whatever, I went on PlayStation and they wanted $10 for it, and I'm like, "What? Is this
for
not
the
free?"
upgrade.
And then
Yeah.
yeah, I went on Xbox and it was free.
Mhm.
I figure it's because Sony, when there's a PS5 version and a PS4 version, there's usually two SKUs, so they probably charge a second licensing fee to the publisher, and THQ doesn't want to eat that cost, and they're passing it on to the consumer. And that's the only thing I can think of why they would do that. And I guess
That
when
makes
they did
sense.
definitive, they probably were like, "Oh yeah, we'll give it away for free." And then I don't know, not enough people bought the new physical version, or I don't know, whatever. But I went and downloaded it on Xbox, but no sound or music during cutscenes, and in gameplay, there's no music.
Oh, I remember you saying something about this
Yeah,
in
and it still
on.
hasn't been fixed, and
Oh
it's been like
wow,
close
it's
to a
been.
week.
I was gonna say it's been almost a week now, hasn't it?
Yeah,
That's
and I've been
crazy.
like, I've made a couple of like tweets them or whatever, and I don't really know how many people are trying it or what. I know there's another person I know who did try it on Xbox, same issue. So it's definitely not just me. And I've tried uninstalling it, reinstalling it. I tried it on my Series X, my Series S, um, and I don't know if they're gonna fix it because I've had people in other groups say that yeah, THQ's been terrible with their like fixing shit or whatever when they do stuff like this, so it might like
Yeah.
never get fixed. Apparently, there was an issue with the PS5 version of the definitive edition that still hasn't been fixed, or as far as I know, hasn't been fixed. So I don't know. That's kind of a bummer because I was like, oh man, it would have been the perfect time to replay that game because it's been a long time since I played the first one, and it's my favorite one out of the series. So yeah, I'm kind of hoping they fix it. I was gonna be like,
They've
well, maybe
got to.
I'll get the $10. I own it on PS5 anyway. But then I'm like, I don't want to give them money. Like
Yeah.
that's just out of like principle, I'm not going to give them $10 for one version not fucking working.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm kind of
so
with you
fuck
there.
that.
It's more of a like a
And I don't want to
moral high
revisit that
ground
bad.
there. It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
fix your shit.
And it still runs fine. The PS4 version still runs at like 60 and it's close
Yeah.
4K, so it's like not that big of a deal.
It's like,
But
did this really need ray tracing? You know?
yeah, I know, right? It's not the type of game that like some games I think do look really good with ray tracing. Like, dude, Forza Horizon 6 looks
Oh, I
fucking
would imagine,
unbelievable.
like, being able to see the
But that's on
reflections of the other
PC.
cars, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's on PC though. It has like the path tracing and shit. It looks unbelievable. But like on these consoles, like, well, we'll get into it, I guess, when you're talking about control. But that's all I've been basically playing this past week. So,
Okay. Okay.
basically more Forza Horizon and Saros for the most part.
Gotcha. All right. Well, let's talk about Control then, because I finished
Sure.
it, and goddamn,
Nice.
I'm really glad that I decided to go back to this game.
Yeah.
It was you know, it was a long time coming, and it was one of those things where I knew I wanted to go back to it. It was just a matter of just buckling down and saying, "Fuck it, I'm going to play it again."
Yep.
And yeah, I really enjoyed everything about this game. Like, the combat is fun. The difficulty is, like, I feel like it's just right. The different powers, you could definitely customize your Jessie, right? You don't necessarily have to rely on any one feature that she gets from the objects of power.
No, there's not like
And
one OP thing that's like you have
yeah,
to use this and it's like easy mode.
I mean, honestly, outside of the launch, I think the launch
Oh well,
everybody
launches
uses,
overall,
right?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
but like the rest of the stuff, like after I powered up the launch all the way, the next thing I went to was the shield, because the shield with the shield throw is really satisfying. Um, and I actually I got the dash, like the shield dash, have not used it yet, just haven't, you
I
know.
don't know if I've used that.
But it was a really fun game. Loved it all the way to the end. I think it wrapped up pretty well.
How
Um,
much did the last boss piss you off?
uh, the last boss, it didn't really, like, I didn't have
Oh wait,
it. There wasn't really
I'm
a last boss, like, in
I'm
the it.
thinking of. I'm sorry. I think I'm thinking of Quantum Break's last boss.
Oh, okay.
I think I might be thinking of that. Yeah, the guy from Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
That's what
because
I'm thinking of. Never mind.
there's
Um,
more of a, like, this was more of a like a story ending, right? And
yeah.
yeah, there's definitely fights up to it, but there's nothing that I would consider a
No, yeah,
boss
I'm totally
boss, you
getting the
know?
two games mixed up.
Yeah.
Because the
But
ashtray maze, that's in Control, and that's awesome.
yes,
Towards
Ashtray
yeah,
Maze was really cool, and
yeah,
like the way they navigate you through that was pretty amazing. Like,
yeah.
it was just a lot of fun to uh like, you never knew where you were going to go next, and like the way they did the effects of how everything worked,
Hmm.
it was at first it was really disorienting, like
Yeah.
how all that shit works, but then once you kind of got used to it, it was a lot of fun, to go through that. I'm playing the director's cut edition, so I've got both the DLCs. I actually jumped into the what's it, the dark, alone in something in the dark. I can't remember what it is, but
I don't remember.
it's not Alone in the Dark, but it's something dark. But that's like all the Alan Wake stuff.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
I kind of, and it brings up a brand new sector, right? The investigation sector. So I jumped into that first, but then I saw that the other DLC was basically post Endgame, and it was called The Foundation, and got really way too curious about what that all was. So I went and did that first. So I finished all the stuff in Foundation. That was really cool too. Like, just being able to see Marshall and how she's going through everything that's happening in the Foundation, and then working out uh, the like getting basically the new ability. They give you a couple of new abilities for the Foundation, new enemies, which fuck those guys. They
Hmm.
like the axe guys that charge you, like, fuck those guys. um but yeah, so I finished that up. Really enjoyed that. That was a little buggy though. There was one particular mission was bugged, where you have to collect ID cards, and if you don't collect each of the individual ID cards, they respawn. So you can, like, you're supposed to collect 5 ID cards. And if you collect 1 or 2 and then you leave the area and come back, they respawn. So it just counts the ID cards. It doesn't look at the fact
Which
that you had to
one you've
get all
gotten?
of them, right? That you got all 5. So I ran into a bug where it said that I had 5 ID cards, but didn't tell me what was next in the mission.
Oh.
So it
So they
actually
haven't
cleared
fixed.
out.
Yeah.
No, they haven't fixed that. So it cleared out the objective, right? But it
Yeah.
didn't tell me
But
what the
didn't tell
next
you what the
objective
next
was.
thing you're supposed to do. I
Right.
finished
So
one of the DLCs and the other one definitely was buggy for me that I wasn't
mhm.
able to move on. I got to a part where when I went to a certain room, it hard locked every single time. And I tried
Oh wow. Okay.
deleting it, reinstalling it like multiple times going through. And at the time, like, well, this is bugged and I didn't want to go back and try another save or even if there's I can't remember how the save system works in that, but I was
It's all autosave. There's not
yeah,
really
so
a
I
way to.
never went back. So I've never done whatever DLC that one was, whether it was the Alan Wake or the Foundation, I never finished it because of that.
Yeah. Yeah, this particular mission, I didn't run into that with the Foundation. So, but this particular mission, what I ended up doing is because they all respawn, I left, came back, made sure I collected each of the 5,
Yeah.
and then I was able to progress. So
Okay, well,
once
that's
you,
good.
it's like tracking 2 different things. It's tracking if you
Yeah.
got 5 and if you got the 5, right?
D5,
So,
yeah.
um, but and then there was another mission that's supposed to start. There's like one area on the map that's like way off to the side. And I can't remember what it's called, but you go off to that area and nothing happens. I happened to look it up just to see what it was, and there is supposed to be a mission that starts there, but it
Mm.
never started for me. So
Those are
little
the worst
disappointed
type
in
of
that.
glitches because you don't
Yeah,
know if it's like you're supposed to look for something. Like, is
yeah,
there a wall I'm supposed to put? Like, or is it there's something actually glitched here? I hate those ones, those glitches.
yeah. But I ended up leaving the Foundation and went back to the investigations area where for the Alan Wake stuff, and that's where I'm at right now. I haven't finished it. This game I'm going to incidentally get the platinum for. I'm not trying for it, but I've gotten everything except for 1 trophy right now,
No,
and that 1
yeah.
trophy is to do the countermeasure missions where you
Okay.
have to get certain number of kills on this and this and this, and I think I need like 2 more of those. So I'll probably just run into that platinum. So that'll feel pretty good, to be honest. But I'll be honest with you, like the ray tracing, fucking distracting as hell, man. It
Think
is.
so?
It's distracting, yeah. Because
Huh.
that's the thing though. It's like they did such a good job with it that as there were multiple times where I not necessarily jump scare, but startle aim.
Because
Like
your
I startle
reflection.
aimed because of my reflection. Yeah,
Yeah. Are you? What
that
are you
that
playing it
happened.
on?
Pro PS5 Pro.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah,
Did
I'm
they give it
playing
a
it.
pro update? I'm assuming they didn't.
They did, and it runs it. I think it runs at 120. I'm not sure.
Okay,
Um,
but is the ray tracing 160 at least 60?
yeah,
Because
ray
the ray
tracing is still
tracing on
running at
base
60.
was 60. It was 30, and that's what I played. I played my first playthrough with that, and then I played my second playthrough um, with 60 frames.
Mm.
So, and I was
Yeah, the
gonna
ray
say the ray
tracing is
tracing
still at
is
60.
yeah.
I've only seen it uh hitch like 1 time, and I don't. It was like one. It was at a very specific area on the map. And I turned a certain way where the camera went like outside of the environment,
Mhm.
and it started hitching really bad, but then
Mm.
I kind of switched the camera around and it's fine. um but yeah, that game is great. It's really
It's very
good and
good.
I like it a
Yeah.
lot.
Yep.
So I'm really
Badass.
glad I went back to it. Let's see what else. The only other thing I played this week was on stream I started Risky's Revenge.
Mhm.
um and that one is, I think that one's the shortest one. So I'm already like on, there's like, I think there's 3 major dungeons, or like air quotes dungeons. 3 major bosses, let's put it that way. And I'm on my way to the second one already. So this is, I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly, this is the shortest one. Which is fine because in my view, I think Risky's Revenge is kind of the least interesting of them outside of maybe the first game. But once I get through that, I get to go to Pirate's Curse, which is super great. I love it. But yeah, so playing through that on stream. That's Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. Feel free to come join me and make fun of how bad I am at video games. It's great. Um, but
That's not true.
I think that's it. I think that's it for me. I dabbled with a few other things, but not enough for me to say, "Hey, I'm playing this" yet.
Yeah, yeah.
So It's one of those things. There's another Metroidvania that I started up, just trying to see if I can get it to, like, this is like the third time I've tried to start this particular game, and I'm like, it's After Image. Have you ever seen After
Mm-mm.
Image? It's a
No.
beautiful fucking Metroidvania game. But for some reason, it's never really grabbed me. So this is like my third time starting it and trying to get it to sink in. So, we'll see how that goes. But yeah, that's it for me. So
All
I'll pass
right.
it back to you. Let's talk about some news, man. What do we got this week?
Cool. We do have some news. I don't think we covered. No, we didn't do any news last week, and I don't remember if this was announced before. I don't think it was, but the Sony State of Play is happening June 5th, I believe.
Yes.
So it's just before Summer Games Fest. So I think now it's official. All three major platforms have something. There's a Nintendo Direct, a State of Play, and a Xbox Showcase, all in the
Yeah.
same week,
Nice.
leading up to Summer Games Fest. So that week we'll definitely have a lot of news to talk
E3.
about it. Yeah. Yeah.
E3.
Key 3 or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, there
Not
you go.
E3. Sticking
The
with some Sony
P3s.
news. Key 3s.
What
They
do
are
you think you're
increasing.
going to talk about in that? Like, I know Wolverine is
What?
one of the things they're definitely talking about in
I
State
have
of
no
Play.
idea what the hell they're going to show, man. It's going to be, I'm assuming it's going to be a big one because it's supposed to be at least, I think they're saying 60 to 90 minutes. They're
Wow.
showing it in
Okay.
some movie theaters in the States at Alamo Drafthouse theaters. So just based on that alone, I'm assuming they're going to have some pretty big things to show. Who knows?
From what I
And
understand, we're supposed to get an introduction and possibly a date. Oh wait, we already got a date, right? Yeah,
for
we got a
what?
date on Wolverine.
Yeah, we got
But
a date
we're
for
supposed to get some additional gameplay from Wolverine. And other than that, they don't really go into anything else. I have a feeling we're going to get some dates on things. I'm hoping we get a date for Castlevania this time around. I really would like to see that.
hmm
But I mean, between all three
You
of
think that would be at
the
Sony and
shows,
not? Oh, but okay, gotcha. I was gonna say that might be a Summer Games Fest thing, if anything. Or
yeah,
is
it could
Konami
be. It
doing
could
their
be.
own thing? Probably not.
No, I don't think Konami's doing their own thing, but
No.
I think it's whoever is helping out Evil Empire the most. And Sony
Yeah.
did leak did leak the characters' names, so I don't know how much Evil Empire trusts them right now. Anyway, I don't know how many people saw that, but like one of
No.
the things that I think I
Oh,
mentioned this on the
the main
show.
character.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
main character of
Yeah.
the game is going to be Sonya, or I think
Yeah.
it's going to be Sonya. And during International Women's Day, like Sony did this post about all the women like protagonists in games, and one of them they mentioned was Sonya Belmont, that was going to be in Castlevania Belmont's
Mm.
Curse, and that hadn't been announced. I'm like, oh shit, did they just like fucking leak that? And
Yeah, I
then
guess they
later,
did.
yeah, and later they changed it back to Richter Belmont's successor or whatever, or Trevor Belmont's successor. Yeah, I'm hoping to see. There's some dates that I'm hoping to see.
Yeah, I think we'll probably get a date for that. Anything releasing this year, because like I don't have it on the news list here, but Take Two has doubled down on the release date for GTA 6 being November 19th. So
Well, that's good.
if that's like solidified, then people are going to have to start giving dates for their games now, because I
Yeah,
think that's
yeah.
what they were waiting for, was the delay for that, or to see if it's definitely coming. So keep an eye out for a lot of dates, I guess. So some stuff's going
I'm
to shift around. And
does From Software want to be in the same time period as
I see. I don't know. I could see
as
FromSoft, like,
GTA? Yeah, I can see From Software not giving a shit because
because
their
well, it
game's
still
gonna
would be
sell anyway.
Namco, right? So it would be their
That's true.
decision, I
It will be
guess. But
Namco. Yeah.
I don't think. I don't know. I feel like there doesn't really overlap. Doesn't really matter with GTA. I just feel like that just consumes all of entertainment.
Yeah.
The entire month that game comes out. So anything in November, I would get the fuck out of the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you're gonna release in November, you're either doing December and hoping for the best, or you're waiting till 2027.
I'll be honest with you, like if Nintendo were smart, they would tell like From Software to put Dustbloods off until next year, because
Yeah,
if it I have a feeling that if it shows up around the same time as um it's a new IP from Software. So that's a pretty good way to get that IP to die on contact, right? We'll guess we'll find
especially
out.
only being on one console too.
Yeah, yeah.
But I
So
guess the
the Switch
counter argument
only
would be GTA isn't going to
isn't
be
on
on
Switch
Switch
too.
too,
Yeah,
but how many people who own a Switch 2 also have a PlayStation 5, an Xbox, or a PC? Probably a large number of
Probably most of
those,
them. I think
especially the
most people
early
with a
adopters,
Switch.
right?
Yeah.
So I don't know a single person who just has a Switch 2, like
I'm
as
sure
their
they're out
main.
there, but I don't
Oh,
know them.
100%.
So,
But
yeah.
like, yeah, I don't think like I know a lot of people who just have a Switch 1. I
Okay.
don't know a
Yeah.
lot of people who just have a Switch 2. Not that our friends are the fucking
Yeah.
litmus
The
test
end all say all,
for
end all
the
be all of
millions of Switch
gaming.
2s. Yeah, exactly. I mean, they are, but I mean, come on.
Of course they are. Yeah.
Um,
This community, everybody on that listens to this podcast.
exactly. But yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it. It's always my favorite time of the year, so I'm sure that week we'll have a lot to talk about. Maybe get a guest on or something for that week, maybe for
Sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
maybe maybe
We'll figure
do
that out.
two different shows, depending on how big the shows are.
Yeah.
Um, Also, Sony's increasing the price of PS Plus. Figured this was coming because everything is going up in price.
I
Not
will say
jump.
this. So, yes, price hike always sucks. Fuck them for that. But it
Mhm.
doesn't look like the yearly price went up,
No, just the monthly
just
price
the
went up,
monthly price.
and the
So if
3 month
you,
price went up.
yeah,
Each of them went up $1 for their respective. So 3 months went up $3, and 1 month went up $1, which is just a weird way of just saying everything but the yearly went up $1 per denomination you're getting or
yeah,
whatever. And it's only for new subscribers right now. I just got an email today saying, "Hey, just a warning that PS subscription's going up, but yours isn't affected," type deal.
yeah, you're locked in
Yeah,
until you cancel, right? If you
yeah.
if
Which
it
I probably
lapses,
will
yeah,
cancel. Like, because I didn't realize. Remember, I bought the month when we played. We played something. Remember, and I had to buy a month of plus.
yeah, yeah.
What
I
the
don't
hell did we
remember what it
play?
was. I don't remember what it was we played.
Oh, it was Ghost of
Was it month?
Tsushima. It
Oh,
was
okay, okay.
Legends. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. But I guess it automatically turns
we
on
played that
recurring
one time,
billing.
Geoff.
Yeah, I know.
We should probably play it some more, make it worth your money.
You have to see what my next month runs out because it turns on recurring billing, I guess, automatically. So I've
Mm,
had it since then. But I'm also not letting my Game Pass subscription renew either, and I think that's up at the end of June.
okay.
So these things, man, all these subscriptions need to start. They're getting out of hand.
I did see one comment about like I don't remember. I think it was on Twitter. There was a comment that said, uh, you know, Xbox just dropped their price and PSN is raising theirs. And I'm
No,
like, let's back that up for a second because they
no,
raised their price a lot more and then
uh-huh.
backed off a little bit. That's what happened.
Yeah, it'd be the equivalent of if Sony said we're upping the price to $30. Okay, no, all right, we're joking. We're just gonna up it by $3. Like that's technically what Xbox did.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. So it's not that bad right now. I don't think that's a good precedent because I don't think it stops there. I don't think any of these prices are
No. Mhm.
locked in by any means. Um. Did we
PC
talk about
multiplayer is free. Just saying.
the what's free?
I said
PC?
PC
Oh,
multiplayer is free.
it is. Bungie. They're stopping any type of updates for Destiny 2 starting
Yeah.
after their next content update in June. They canceled 2 expansions that were still kind of in the works because they're going to focus on Marathon, and they're also they're getting ready for layoffs again.
Yeah.
Um,
This is really depressing for me because
yeah.
I mean, I think everybody who's been a part of this show for, before we came back knows that I was pretty big into Destiny. Probably easily 2,000 hours into both games, if not more. And still would love to go play it some more if there were some people that were playing it. And like actually our Destiny group, after they made this announcement, started talking about doing like raid nights. um it's the game is great. It's hard to find a game that has better gunplay. Like it feels really good to play.
Mhm.
And But yeah,
Well,
it's this
Halo,
is
because it basically is
well, yeah,
Halo.
of course it's Halo, right?
Yeah.
um I mean, that just goes back to like how good Halo is in general, right? As
Yeah, it
a
goes
as
on
a
the
shooter.
pedigree.
But I do hope they do something with the IP. I just don't know what they're going to do with it. So we'll have to sit
Well,
back and wait.
they did say that there's like 3 at least 3 at least isn't even in pre-production or anything like
Right.
that.
Yeah. I don't think they're gonna do 3. They're gonna have to do something else. They're gonna have to
What
do it
are they
something
gonna
different.
do though?
I don't know.
Because I'm scared for Bungie, and I don't see where they don't get shut down. Honestly, because
Yeah.
if Marathon
Marathon,
fails, Sony paid $3.6 billion for them,
something like
and they've
that.
done nothing but lose money for them since that acquisition.
Yeah.
I can't see them being like, well, first of all, I can't see them greenlighting anything that isn't Destiny related, because I think that's what people want. Like, even when this news came out, people are like, "Why are you focusing on Marathon?" Like, we get it, you want it to work, you want to turn it around, but adding PVE, because that's something they came out and said they're going to be adding a PVE mode in Marathon. Um, like, they'd have to relaunch it basically, and even then, they'd have to convince everybody that it's worth playing, because it seems like it's just not, like, it's not gaining any kind of momentum. I think it's losing it, and it's like, what? Why do you think? Why do you think Sony is having them focus on Marathon, and they're not like, you guys need to go back to like the well and what you're good at and do something Destiny related? Because it's a really weird decision in my mind. Like, people who love Marathon really love Marathon. Like, I have some friends who absolutely love it, but if you can't get out of the people, like out of that like group of people that you've already have in your ecosystem there, like, it's not going to live. Not as a games as a service. There's no way.
Yeah.
That's not how they make money. So I guess we'll find out sooner than later, because I don't know when. I don't think they gave a window of when like, will PVE get you in a Marathon if that happens, Chris?
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah. See, I don't think
Probably
it's
not.
going to. Would Destiny 3 pique your interest if they started working on that?
Yes. It
Yeah,
absolutely
I
would.
think
Yeah.
that's the case with a lot of people,
Yeah.
honestly. Like, and I'm still sticking to this fucking pipe dream of, well, I'm not holding on to it because it's never going to happen. Especially with everything that Xbox is changing now, is fucking Microsoft going over to Sony and being like, "Hey, listen, you guys got Bungie. We have the Halo IP. If they want to make a Halo game, we license you Halo. Have Bungie make another Halo game, and there you go. We both win." Never will never happen, but yeah,
Yeah.
that would
I
be
don't think so
awesome.
either.
No,
I will say this, like, apparently the, you know, player base went up after the announcement. 'Cause
the
it was
Destiny player base.
yeah,
Yeah,
Destiny player
probably.
base went up after the announcement because it was kinda hovering around the 10,000, um, like, peak on a 24-hour period, and now it's up to, like, 18.5 or so.
Yeah, and I think there's
So,
something
yeah.
happening on June 9th, or there's some petition going around or something, and they're trying to rally everyone to play Destiny on that date to show that that's what you want. So, I mean,
Oh, interesting, okay.
either way, they're in a bad spot, because it's like, well, it's fucking write off another game basically and start. If a Destiny 3 is a thing, when do we see that? What's the earliest we'd ever see that? 5 years from now? 6 years
I
from
mean,
now?
if they haven't started it yet, it's gonna be at
Yeah,
least, even if they, like, start with, like, Destiny 2 as a base, right?
yeah,
You're still looking at least 2 or 3 years before they can bring something of substance.
yeah.
Like, to bring a new game into it, like, it would have to be as impactful and as big as what the original Destiny 2 campaign gave you
Mhm.
with the Red War, right? The Red War was a lot. It was a lot of content. And the expansions that they push out, they're a lot of content too, but they're like maybe a third of the size of what the Red War stuff was
Mhm.
with the original Destiny 2. So you at least have to have that much content.
Or at least maybe they revive those 2 expansions that they canceled and really put into work into those.
That's true. Yeah, they
I don't
can if
know,
they
like,
had two
at
more
least
expand.
start
Well,
there. At least
did
that'll,
they
like,
say
buy them some
expansions
time.
or did they say
They said
like
expansions like, in the news report said expansions, so I don't think they specifically said that. Was it Jason
okay,
Schreier or Tom Warren? Whoever broke the news said they canceled 2, Destiny 2 expansions.
interesting. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
that's it's really sad for me. Like
yeah.
I'm actually like I am trying to get some people from the old Void Wardens uh you know
Get the band back together.
Yeah, get the band back together, do some dungeons and some raids, because that's the real fun stuff. Like that's the stuff that
I've
really gets
never
you
done a raid.
interested.
Oh no, I did do a raid, but I was very low level for the raid, and I had no fun in it whatsoever.
The
It
good
was
thing
in
about
it
it
was
now,
Destiny 1.
with the what?
Yeah. Destiny 1 was the raid. It was it was the very
Vault of
first raid.
Glass.
Use
It's Vault
Vault
of
of
Glass.
Glass. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And the
Yeah.
good thing, and so Vault of Glass is available in Destiny 2 now too. And I like that. I like the fact that you can do some of the old raids. But the good thing about the way the game works now is if you jumped in today, you'd be able to do several of the raids. You'd be powerful
Just
enough to
from
do
starting
several of
it?
them just from starting it. Yeah.
Oh, really? That's cool.
Yeah. So, and like even I think several of the raids are available on the free to play package. That's just Destiny 2 at this point.
Really?
Yeah, I'd have to. I'm gonna do some research on that
I
and just find
I
out.
tried to go back to Destiny 2 a couple years ago, and I thought I just didn't know where to go because I wanted to just play through the story again, like start like a new character from the
Mm,
beginning, play through it. But apparently they wipe you can't go back
you
and play any of
can't.
that old
Yeah, and
content.
that's actually one of the
Yeah.
big disappointments I have because they were trying. They had to try and keep um the the real estate, under control, and the
Yeah.
footprint had to be under control. So as they added more and more content, they had to start stripping away content to make the footprint to stay around. Like it's already 100 something gigs, right? And if they didn't cut all that stuff out, like the Red War alone, like that first campaign would add another 50 gigs to that at least. So,
And then you're
um,
kind of like you want all the players to be roughly playing the same content, right? I'm
yeah,
assuming.
yeah, true,
Yeah.
true. But yeah,
Anyway.
I'm gonna do some research and see what's available with just like the free to play and see if we can get some people to do a raid if they haven't done it before. It'd be fun.
Yeah, I've never done it before. I definitely need a Sherpa or basically a coach to basically be like, "All right, Jeff, this is where you need to go. Go hit this
Yeah.
button when I
No,
tell you
yeah,
to,"
that's what we
type
do.
thing.
That's what we
Yeah,
do, yeah.
that's what. That's what I would need. Um,
Cool.
some other kind of goodish news, I guess. This was started off as a rumor, but it came. It was verified by Warhorse Studios. They make the Kingdom Come Deliverance games. There is another Kingdom Come Deliverance in the works, which figured because of how well 2 did. Then the rumor was true that they're actually working on a Lord of the Rings RPG. Um,
Nice.
which I think could be cool. Also, could really be something that I don't want to touch with a 10-foot pole, depending on how it's done.
It could be cool and it could be really fucking overwhelming. So let's be
Yeah,
honest about that.
exactly.
Because there's a lot of lore there, right?
Hmm.
So
Yeah,
um
well, not their lore; it's their mechanics, man. Like, I don't. Did you try any of the Kingdom Come games?
I didn't actually.
They're they're like role playing the game. Like it is the
Yeah.
most role playing game I have ever played ever. Like you got to fucking wash your fucking clothes and like or else you stink and you got to do like the
Yeah.
combat is so meticulous and like you literally suck ass and you can't beat shit at the beginning of that game. Like it's
Yeah.
I couldn't do it, man. There's so
That's
many
true. Yeah,
mechanics,
Kingdom
different
Come
like
is it's a lot.
and if they put, I don't, I can't see that working. Like, okay, yes, I can see it working in like a Middle Earth game, Lord of the Rings game,
I
or
can.
whatever in terms of whatever, but I can't see it hitting an audience that they. I'm assuming who owns the rights to Lord of the Rings games? Is it
Warner
Warner
Brothers, I
Brothers?
think. Yeah.
Like, I don't think Warner Brothers. They're gonna want this to be like a big game. They want it. They probably want it to be like Harry Potter level of like size or close to it. Like, um, because that game was like absolutely. I think that was the best selling game of that year or something like that. But yeah, so if it's dumbed down and more of like a standard action RPG or whatever, I am fucking looking forward to that because I think
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
they could make it look really cool, they could have really cool mechanics that are like the basic type of stuff for those type, and maybe put some innovative things in there, make some stuff kind of that a little bit more complicated. But if it's like Kingdom Come Deliverance complicated, nah, not
Yeah.
for me. I'm sure some
Yeah, and
people are
then
gonna
you
love it
add like how like the sheer amount of,
though.
as
Everything,
I said, lore and everything in
yeah,
Lord of the Rings, like that's kind of the thing. It's like Kingdom Come is already a lot, right? And now
yeah,
you're
yeah,
adding more, like a lot more.
yeah,
Um, cool. That it for news?
yeah. That's it for news.
All right, let's do new releases real quick. Not there's quite a few things that are coming out next week, but not a
Hmm.
lot of things that are really high on our lists, but there's a couple of early access games. There's something called Lumentale, which looks like it might be kind of a Pokemon type game. So I'm saying that because I'm going to talk to my son about that one. He might be interested. And let's see, there's a new World of Tanks coming. So if you're into World of Tanks, obviously 007 First Light is next week, and that's coming out for the PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. That's on the 27th.
I think I might grab that. Maybe that might be my end game, I think.
Good stuff. And then Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition that comes out. So if you're into Age of Empires, that's going to be a thing. Little Nightmares 2 Enhanced for Switch 2, and Stray is also coming to Switch 2. So it's getting a few more things. And then my pick of the week, Mina the Hollower is coming out next week. And that's one of the ones that I spoke about several weeks ago, and they released a demo, and it felt like someone took Zelda and Castlevania and it had a kid. So I'm really looking forward to that. Even, it's got that old 8-bit look, but I'm still looking forward to it. But let's see. Just a quick overview. Those are the big things. If I miss something and somebody wants to call me out for missing it, please do. I'm all about it. Let me know. But yeah, that's pretty much it for new releases. Geoff.
Hi.
Anything else?
No, I don't think so.
Is that a show?
I think that is a show.
Awesome. Hope you enjoyed the show. If you did, please tell a few friends about us. And if you're on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and comment. All of those help us with that algorithm thing that everybody talks about. I'd really like to know how that thing works.
I think a lot of people would like to know how that works.
Exactly. But
we can start rage baiting people and like putting like, like fucking, what's the word I'm looking for? Not rage bait, the just regular like clickbait type titles and see how that works. But no.
I feel like that's dirty. I don't know.
Oh, it is.
I probably should do that anyway, but it still feels dirty. Anyway, interactivedistractions.com, that will lead you to our link tree. And that link tree will have our Discord on it. So come over to Discord, talk to us. We like to talk about games, and we'd love to join the community and talk about them with us. But that is it for today. So until next time, my name is Chris.
I'm Geoff.
Play your games, and we'll talk to you next week.